Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Jaquan,
I'm Jasmine.
and welcome to the Film Spill.
So, today, guys, we're going to be reviewing the series She Hulk Attorney at Law. This is a superhero series, and here is the summary. Jennifer Walters has a complicated life as a single 30 something attorney who also happens to be a green 6'7" superpowered Hulk.
Yeah. So let's get into my rating. So the rating for this series, I gave it was a 1. It was close. I know I was going back and forth with the 0.5, but I decided to just keep it at 1. It was one of those series that I feel like out of all the series that Disney Plus or Marvel had dropped, I think it was my least favorite. And that's saying something because I am a huge Hawk fan. Like, he's my number one superhero. So yeah, and she's a part of the Hawk family. So let's get into my pros and my cons. So my very first pro was I really liked that Hawk was in the series. That was really probably one of the biggest pros that I had. I just kept talking about how, Hawk was the main reason why I continued to keep watching this show to see if he was going to pop up or anything. The next pro I have was I like when Emil transformed into Abomination. I thought that was cool. I've never actually saw him transform. So that was really, really cool to watch. My next pro, which was I think was everyone pro, was seeing Daredevil back into this series. So, we wanted to see Daredevil back in action since the Netflix days. So just seeing him come back into the series is really dope. This is the second time we've seen him in the MCU, the first being Spider-Man No Way Home. So just kind of just seeing him interact with more and more of those characters now in the MCU is really, really cool, as well as seeing him in his comic book accurate yellow and red suit. My next pro was I like the twerk scene with Megan Thee Stallion. I thought that was really cool because it plays heavily on the character of She-Hulk and who she is in the actual comics. And then on top of that, Megan Thee Stallion is an amazing artist. So just seeing them interact together was really cool. I also like the self-help group scene with the villains. I thought they were really, really funny. Just how they was kind of encouraging She-Hulk. That was cool. And my last pro was I like the scenes of Hulk's son. We found out that Hulk has a son, which is Scar, son of Hulk. I thought that was cool, and I can't wait for them to actually explain a little bit more about the actual story. All right, let's get into my cons. I didn't like the CGI of She-Hulk. I said that in the very beginning, even when they dropped the trailer, I was just like, no, this looked too fake to me. And even though the Hulk looks, his CGI has changed over the years too, I just did not like how they did her CGI. The next was the fight scenes. I did not like the fight scenes between She-Hulk, especially when she fought Titania. I just thought they were just whack, and I feel like it was so hyped up of these scenes, and I just didn't think they lived to the hype. The next con was I did not like the ending scene of She-Hulk when they had the Kevin robot. I thought that was just so lame and pointless. Like, to me, once again, I just thought that it was just adding more and more to the actual story. It just didn't make sense. And I get her like, oh, I want this to be my show. But once again, I think it was just not called for. I also didn't like that the leader wasn't in it. I kept talking about how I felt like he was going to be a big part of it, especially when they were trying to get her blood and stuff. But just seeing him not have no cameo or anything like that, not even talked about, I just thought it was just like a wasted opportunity. The next con was I did not like how they changed her origin story. So in the comic books, she becomes She-Hulk by she's defending someone and she gets shot by some gangsters, and then she has to have this emergency blood transfusion, and the only person there is her cousin Bruce Banner, who is also Hulk, and that's how she gets her power. So once again, Marvel changes things all like that. So whatever. The next con was I did not like how quick she was able to control the Hawk formation. We talked about that. I didn't like how she did it because I feel like they made a joke comparing the Hawk transformation to the everyday struggles a woman have to go through when it comes to her having to control their anger. And to me, it was like totally different, especially when I feel like they was throwing a jab to the Incredible Hulk and his story. And it was just like, yeah, I get it. Women, yes, you guys go through a lot of pain, more pain than probably men. But it's like, they still should have at least hinted at some challenges and stuff. It was just like, oh yeah. Once again, I feel like they made a joke of it. It was just, you just throw away all these years of hard work. And I just don't think that's cool. My last con was I just did not like how they implied that she was going to become the Savage She-Hulk, right? Which is a She-Hulk that I would probably really love to see. Because once again, you talk about those baby steps of having to control. This is a monster that's inside your body. So, they hinted at that and then it just disappeared, like out of nowhere. Like, oh, it really wasn't Savage Hulk. She was just upset. It was, once again, just don't think that was a great series. Would not recommend it.
So I give this series a 3 out of 5, guys. I think it was so interesting how you just said that you didn't like the fact that she was able to control her Hulk right away, because I actually loved that about it. Because of course women do it better. Come on, we're used to this. So I really love that. I liked how they make a joke of it, because it was a joke. Okay, but I like how they make a joke about it. And he's like, "Oh, let me teach you how to do this." She did it. Let me teach you how to do this. She did it. Okay, we're fast learners. We got this, baby.
Of course, you're gonna be on the side of that, of course. But yeah, whatever.
I liked how she would continuously talk to the camera and break the fourth wall. I like Emil Blonsky, the Abomination character. I thought they were gonna make him evil and stuff, but he was just chilling zen the whole time. Like, he's changed. Like, I was just waiting for him to like not be changed, but he was just a changed person. Wong was hilarious. He added some funny parts to the series. I didn't think he was gonna be a big part of it as much as he was, but I like seeing Wong in there. Of course, I love Megan Thee Stallion in this series. She gets in her bag and stays in her bag. So I feel like Megan is always a part of some cool stuff, so I really love that. You like the superhuman called Mr. Immortal. He repeatedly faked his death to get out of several marriages. It was just really funny. And then he had all his wives lined up, and they asked like what they wanted and stuff, and it was just cute. Titania, the super villain influencer. I feel like that was so dumb, because she wasn't a real villain. Like, they were fighting in court over who had the rights to the name She-Hulk. Like, really? She wasn't a real villain. Like, it was just really dumb. I love Daredevil and her together, because he really seemed to like Jen. And then the morning after Walk of Shame in his Daredevil suit was hilarious, but that was so cute. I just love them together. I really like when Jen does the ultimate fourth wall break and comes out into the Disney Plus homepage and goes to the writer's room, and like you said, finds out that Kevin is a robot. But I just love when she came out of the Disney Plus homepage. That was super cool. And then Hulk's son at the end, because I feel like that boy's so huge. I just feel like I'm ready for that, more of that storyline. So I think that was cool. But I think this series was cool. I really like Jen. She's quirky. She's different. I like her. And I give this a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, just like always, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. You guys have a good one.